Hello, I'm Maritza of the Sybil Heart, and welcome to the tarot reading for Scorpio. I've been doing this sort of exercise where I've been using a Mexican bingo deck to represent the signs that I'm working with. And for Scorpio, I chose el alacrán, or the scorpion in English. It's exactly what it is. Okay, so the tarot deck that I'm using is the Tarot Nova by Dennis Fairchild and Julie Paschkis, and there was something else, but I forgot, so on with the reading. What messages do you have for Scorpio? What messages do you have for Scorpio? What messages do you have for Scorpio? Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Page of Wands. All right, so okay, what I'm seeing or thinking is okay, it's something about like deliberately being played the fool. Like you ignored all the warning signs and you wanted to believe that whatever was happening was because either you felt like you could change things, or you thought that things were happening in your favor, but the results were the exact opposite of what you were hoping for. So I guess what should be said is you got your hopes up way too high, and now you feel like the rug has been pulled out from under you. So one thing I'm noticing is that the two figures in the Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups are facing in the same direction, and the figure in the Page of Wands is facing in the opposite direction. And I feel like the Page of Wands is representative of you, and like you willfully ignoring the signs that were telling you to pay attention. These signs were telling you to pay attention to the fact that things were not going to turn out in your favor, that you were going to be sorely disappointed by the results that were coming. But you persisted in being fooled. Ooh, okay, this is a tough one. And it's only the beginning, so that means things could get better from here, right? Okay, before I say anything else, I'm gonna pull more cards because I don't want to get your hopes up again. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, then we have the Lovers. We have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Death card. So the Death card represents Scorpio. And this is a Scorpio reading. So this is an important lesson for you to learn. This is not the first time that this has happened. For whatever reason, whatever the situation going on, you continue to pull the wool over your own head, I think is a saying, or like you continue to get hoodwinked, I think is another saying. So I think with the Lovers being present is that you may have to look at both sides of the situation, or look at the possibility that, you know, things could go in either direction, and you can't put your hopes in one way or the other, because then this happens. Then you get incredibly disappointed, and that means your morale gets lowered, and that means either it could lead to like you lashing out in anger, or becoming or going into some kind of like your motivation gets depleted because your hope became broken. So I think what the Lovers is saying is that you have to first pay attention to the signs that things may not go your way, and like perhaps to lower your expectations or change your expectations in some way. And then the King of Pentacles is saying to check in with the reality of things. And that will mitigate your expectations and your hopes, to kind of level out with the reality of the way things are going. And I think with the death card present, I actually feel like it's giving a sense of hope in this matter. Like, even when your expectations are not met all the way, it does not have to mean the end of whatever the situation is. It just means that you and whatever the situation is, like, it has to in a sense, it has to like reach a compromise, and you can learn to accept the results or consequences of the situation, or you can learn from the situation and try again and do things differently, and like try to not get disappointed with when things don't go your way or what you were hoping for. And for the final card, we have the Hierophant. Okay, so one thing I'm kind of picking up on is that the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus, and the King of Pentacles is present. So one thing I'm thinking is that this could have this could be a situation where you're thinking about your spiritual connection, and it might be an established spirituality that you are now feeling like you're uncomfortable with, but you were hoping that it would help you through some things, and for one reason or another, it has left you feeling empty. And I think with the Lover's card being present and the Six of Cups in some ways, these two cards are both saying that you may want to explore different avenues of spirituality, ones that are more personal to you rather than just being the established spirituality that is closest to you in a sense. There was another thing that, and then also what I'm seeing through the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Death card is that this is the final straw. Like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Where, like, you are no longer going to ignore the signs and, or whatever, like, you're no longer going to ignore your intuition that tells you, maybe this isn't a good idea, or, just like the little things that kind of pop out at you as being like, sort of warning signs, I guess. You're going to stop putting your eggs all in one basket. So like you're going to stop getting your hopes up and hoping for whatever result or consequence you're hoping for, because reality doesn't always go that way. And you're going to maintain your focus on what reality will give. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's another thing that's kind of popping out at me. You may have been, so this is more like specific stuff. So some of you may have been really excited about either pursuing higher education for the first time or returning to higher education. And like there's a particular subject that you're very passionate about, but the reality is, through the King of Pentacles, I'm getting this message that what you're passionate about will not be what you hoped for in reality. And it's perhaps time for you to explore something that is more grounded and more capable of giving you the freedom to explore what you are actually passionate about. So, in terms of astrology, we have the Page of Wands, which represents the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We have the Lover's card, which is Gemini. We have the King of Pentacles, which are the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio, and we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. So, very earth-oriented. So that's the reason why I say it's better to focus things on reality rather than on your hopes and dreams. And yeah, I think moving forward, the best thing you can do or try to do is to not ignore your intuition and not ignore your the warning signs that kind of tell you like, oh, maybe this isn't the thing that you should do, or, you know. Yeah, all right. So that is the reading for Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.